Hear ye, it's week 15. Things are different. Camera angles are different. Playoffs have started for most of your leagues, unless you're in one of those weird 14 league or 14 playoff league. And we are going to talk about DFS. We're going to talk about this week and what it means. And we will have some fun. If the pre-show is anything like the show is going to be, you'll like it. So stick around. It's a Swolecast here, sponsored by IKB.
You Davis Mattek from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, welcome in to the Swolecast. There we go. There's everybody around me. Davis has a different angle. Maybe it represents something. Davis, does it represent anything?
Yeah, my neck is getting hurt from craning around. I just did 2 hours with Liam, and my camera is normally right here, and my neck is starting to hurt from how I am constantly tilting.
From having to stare down at all your 11th and 12th place teams, just kind of like your neck.
Yeah, basically, effectively. I think gifted memberships are on. I believe that is.
I turned them on last week.
Yeah, that's a skill issue, I think. Trust me, I'm familiar with skill issues.
Somebody try to find gifted memberships. Speaking of gifted, I just want to say, Davis, I saw your advance rate, and so I don't know if you saw, but I gave you an extra BBM playoff team. So
What do you mean?
Monday night, you needed Chase Brown or CeeDee Lamb to have over 14 points to beat me in one of our Swolecast leagues, and you did it.
Oh,
so you are welcome. Took away one of mine, added one of yours.
Well,
so
God forbid.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I want you to have that. Pete, do you have new lighting in your?
There's a couple things I had realized, like my strip back there had fallen. And so I just realized that I was not operating at peak efficiency. So I retaped some of the strip up, and it does look better right now.
Yeah, you look good. How was the weekend?
It was fun. Yeah, it was really fun. I felt good today to get a workout in, eat vegetables after 3 or 4 days of debauchery, but honestly a really fun time, and the game was fun on Monday night as well. My first time to Jerry's World, so no complaints.
The Jerry's World experience is it is so big. You kind of
do you know that the entirety of the best ball community jinxed the shit out of you on Sunday? I did not watch Best Ball Breakfast, so maybe you've already covered this.
I'm very well of what happened on Sunday. There were many people IRL jinxing me.
Oh, see, well. I was wondering. I was thinking that would probably be the case. Someone would come up to you, and be like,
right, well, wouldn't it be? Some people don't consume every bit of content that you guys have. So let's do like a reverse set of the table. Pete was in Dallas.
This didn't make the Overzet's overview, so you can't go ahead and talk about it.
Right. He was in Dallas for the Underdog Dog Bowl. Was this Dog Bowl 4? Dog Bowl 3?
No, Dog Bowl 2. Last year was the inaugural.
Okay. And so he was doing content there. I saw the first show you guys did, and it looked fun from there. And then Davis was telling me you were about to win the Battle Royale, and then Josh Allen just went nuclear the last drive.
Yeah, and I literally think, say if you paused and Leone ran the sims on everything, I think after that Zach Charbonnet, I was probably 90% to win it.
90% is probably high,
A
but
little
probably
high.
Probably like 75 to 80%.
You just didn't need a quarterback to go for a record number of rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns.
The 51 points, did not expect that. So yeah, that whole Bills game was just like kind of a blur. It was like, I kept saying like, I just wanted the clock to tick, and they're just like scoring, just like 1 minute drive score, 1 minute drive score.
And the Rams were passing. The Rams were passing to grind the clock down. That was the Pete, not that I really ever feel bad for you, honestly, particularly this year, but I was like, this actually is a bad beat for Peter, because instead of just grinding the clock with Kyron, they're literally passing to get the field.
I just hate getting teased. Like, I just wish that Bills game was first, and then like Darnold doubles never would have bubbled up. It would have been like, oh, that was a nice, team to cash. It's just the ordering of it is just so fucking cruel.
Well, you've had an incredible DFS season this year. I didn't, and for those that again don't consume every bit of content, how many best ball teams did you get through, Pete?
This is actually in the Overzets overview, so we can save. Don't worry, I give everyone an updated tally on all of our advanced rates.
We'll save it. I hope you included my Schmafschmings advanced.
I don't have access to those through an online database, unfortunately, kids.
You should have just asked me.
Can't check the chain.
But I do know that last week was just a crazy week because it was the team that I had tanking in one of my dynasty leagues was the overall number one scoring. Like, the last place team in my dynasty league was the first place because of all these rookies and second year guys scoring.
Kitchen, I might accidentally win the dynasty league you and I are in together.
Yeah.
Like my team's not even good.
The best part is Leone trying to tank as hard as possible, and he's like 6th in the league. Like, it's such a weird. These dynasty best ball streets are definitely weird.
Your new boss just quit our league. Your new boss, Peter. Oh, Peter's not in this league. Your new boss, JJ Zacharison, came into one of our group chats last night and said, "I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore." Neil Orfield's replacing him, so we now have the oldest manager in the league.
In what league? The Fantasy Insiders League?
No, one of the Leone leagues.
Dave was on a podcast with Davis and saying he's going to do all the stuff JJ doesn't want to do. Shouldn't this include taking over his dynasty leagues?
Dave, that should have been you. We could have invited you to the auction league.
I would. Ooh, it's auction too. That's like my bread and butter. We'll have to spin something up. We are going to be doing member-only leagues, member-only stuff for the Swolecast.
You know what? I'll do a committal right now. I'll do a dynasty Superflex Dynasty Best Ball League with the Swolies.
Okay. All right.
Peter will not, but I will.
And speaking of shouts, before we get to the overview, go ahead, Pete.
No, I was just saying I'm probably due. I abstained last year from any dynasty startup, which was pretty solid. I could probably do.
I haven't done one in 2 years.
Yeah.
And then want to give a shout out to Mathology, just because in his tweet that he let everyone know that he was first overall on Underdog, he referenced me, and so top 2.
No, dude,
congratulations.
He uses the easy sheet.
Now it's win it, baby. And then win it again.
Mathology had himself a goddamn weekend. I will tell you that. He lived.
Was he in
every moment?
Was he in Dallas? Oh, amazing.
Did you see what he did, Kitchen, with his team?
Uh-uh.
He did a Hawk to a team for the meme, and then that team finished in 5th place.
I didn't understand the Hawk to us stuff. I mean, had sick kids, basketball stuff, so like I was not like zeroed in on the dog bowl. But
I'm gonna have him on After Dark this weekend to do kind of a recap of the weekend for him. So if you guys want to tune in for that, you can.
All right. With that being said, let's get to Mr. Overzet's overview.
Got that dog in a butt. Got that dog in a butt. Overzet overview. Come
on. Great start for our IKB partnership last week, as our lineup was only 114 points off the first place team. In retrospect, maybe playing Tommy Tremble wasn't the best idea.
Didn't he score?
Actually, he did. The thing is I was looking at the team. It wasn't bad. We had Purdy, Garendo, Jawan, Rome, and we still just got completely dusted because you didn't have Darnold doubles. You didn't have Allen or Puka. Like, it just didn't fucking matter.
Charbonnet. Do we have Sharbs?
We didn't have Sharps on
no,
there.
because he wasn't a lock at that point. Okay.
We jammed Barkley, and then 18 points from that isn't going to get it done.
No.
Anyways, we're on to week 15, and by on to week 15, I mean reviewing our best ball portfolios now that the first 25% of the contest is over. Davis spent all day yesterday tweeting about advance rates for specific players in BBM. That would be like if Joe Biden spent the entire day after the election tweeting about the results in Pennsylvania.
He was
pretty interesting here from Fulton County, guys. That's unique. Oh, go ahead.
I got tossed into a Chase Brown best ever 0 RB conversation. I didn't even want to be there. Dan Bach mentioned me. And
that is classic Dan Bach. Pretend I said something I never said with no foreknowledge and not even realizing how many Chase Brown points had been scored. That's classic DB right there.
No, I was seeing Davis tweets and I was just like, that is a unique form of self-torture there from Davis. And speaking of unique forms of self-torture, Davis had Kitchen on the take cast.
What an incredible! I gotta hand it to Dave. He was good. He was good.
No,
I felt like it ended so quickly. Like as soon as the hour is up, they was like, "Oh, great, that's it. Got to go. Bye." Like we still. I don't. Maybe that's how it is. Like.
No, but congrats to the Cake Cast. An incredible run for that show. Eventually there are just no more viable guests to bring on, and we're all excited to see what you do next, Davis.
Ryan Doubt talking about his IQ, David Kitchen talking about Notion.
That episode was insane. I forget where I was when I was listening to this. If I just listen to this guy do a blow for fucking blow of an IQ test right now.
I didn't know where it was going to go. I was just like, I'm going to spin. I was like, I'm going to spin Ryan up and just see where it goes. Because I think he's fascinating. But yeah, that was intense.
No, yeah. Believe it or not, people with high IQs are the type that would like to tell you about every single fucking question on the test. All right. Hundreds of people tuned in to Davis Mattek's stream just a bit ago to make sure they didn't win his BBM giveaway. It'd be a horrible waste of run good to win that one. Who did win, Davis? I didn't get to see it.
Some fucking guy who said he's born in 1955. People checked his YouTube and it was like you get like the hint or whatever, and the whole chat was saying he was born in 1955. So,
dude, it is the year of the old guy outside of Neil Orfield. Don't check his advance rates. All right. But as I promised earlier, we do need to check in on the great BBM advance rates for all of the Swolecast hosts. And I will just say, literally all of us performed worse than had we just auto-drafted 150 teams with decent ranks. We would have advanced way more. I led the way, 23 of 150 for 15.3% below expected. Socrdave was 5 of 57 for 8.8%. Davis was 11 of 150 for 7.3%. And MrTuttle05 went 0 for 1 for 0%. And I don't know if you guys have seen the Tuttle team.
No, it's amazing. I check it.
It scored 1,193.12 points. Finished in 669,232nd place.
And you know what's funny, though? We were making fun of his construction. His construction would have been the nuts.
It was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just didn't draft.
Just didn't pick the right players.
You guys are
Tuttle should have done a giveaway. Tuttle should have done a giveaway for his portfolio like Davis, so they could each send the same amount of Venmo transactions.
I was gonna say they're both worth $0 fucking dollars. God, imagine how tilted I'd be if I did $1,000 giveaway. I mean, my God, I'd be scrounging on the couch cushions.
What was the giveaway, Davis? What was it again? Like 10%?
Of whatever I win over $3,750 in Best Ball Mania.
5%. Okay.
Davis, you should just honor it 5% of whatever you mid cash.
Would be a better bet.
You want me to send a $17? Sure, I'll send a
Yeah,
$17.
that's what. That's what's good.
Davis has moved on though to playoff best ball, where he's apparently now drafting Savone Vaki for the brand, dude. Now it made me realize, outside of Drew Dinkmeyer, no one has done more charity work for the fantasy community than Davis this year.
I'm gonna see Dink this week.
I've donated I've donated so much more than Dinkmeyer to the community. Drew donates to children in Africa. I donate to the community.
Maybe next year Underdog could give you $37.50 in Welly Maker credit instead, Davis. All right, we're recording this on a Wednesday, which means our first look is not as first looky as normal. And I had our data team look into this, Dave, and they said we are indeed losing first look market share to Smiz's Discord first look.
Oh, no.
I saw the tweet and it had like the graphic and it said week 15 first look in the Discord. And I was like, fuck, views are going to be down. This week. So
Smiz is back in the first look streets, or did he ever leave?
I think he's been doing it. Discord exclusive first looks. So actually that's where a lot of my jokes and stuff, I go in there and I just kind of front run the first look. We have a 12 game main slate on Sunday. Yeah. Honestly, some of these spreads like blew my mind. The Panthers are favored over the Cowboys. The Texans are favored over the Dolphins. How is that possible? The Giants are projected to score 14 points. Let's have a good show. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you. How are you guys feeling about this week as far as DFS goes? Like, I feel like
Slappy week.
Yeah. Like, I
Slappy
don't know
week,
if.
What do you mean?
Revenge of the slap. All the slap plays are the best plays.
Well,
Chase
and
Brown,
also
Rico Dowdle.
Right, and that's kind of why last week. I mean, the 0 RB is starting to kick into effect, but
what do you,
also
what
got
do you
like
think Chase
the main
Brown's price
RB.
is? What do you think Chase Brown's price is?
6,700.
Two-part question. What do you think his price is, and where do you think he is projected points amongst running backs?
I guess I'm going to guess his price is 7,600, and he's like 4th overall.
I say 5th.
7,200, third most points by like a bit, by like 2 points over the 4th guy. Slappy week. Well, here's the thing, Tyler. You pay me Hyatt versus Wandale on the Swolecast channel. I have to split this 4 ways between Peter and David. So thanks, Tyler.
Counts.
Tyler, while we're here, one of my advancing teams is one that I did with you. So there you go.
There you go. Shout out
Emo Cowboy. It sucks, by the way. It sucks. I'm not winning you money.
Well, that's what I guess that's what I'm.
There's no joy, even if you advance teams, because you go and look at them and you're like, these are all dog shit. Like
these are all it's all dog shit that got saved by Chase Brown and Rico Dowdle. I was telling this to Liam earlier. Chase Brown and Rico Dowdle are the Slappies, Alvin Kamara and Saquon Barkley. They're just shittier versions of them.
Well, that's what like you've got the King, DeHember, Derrick Henry with a great matchup this week, and yet I don't have very much of them at all. And so I'm gonna be it's that DFS versus best ball mentality now in weeks 15, 16, and 17. Week 17,
we really needed to win last week to have a chance to get even on Derrick Henry. That losing that team was so brutal in FFPC.
Dude, that's so tilting. Like that would have been the greatest redemption arc, like for the Slappies to take down the main event with a Derrick Henry.
Us winning $1 million with Derrick Henry would have been the sweetest revenge. I agree. Dave, I do. Peter, have you been keeping up with Dave posting his cash team on the Swolecast?
I get the notifications on it because I am myself a YouTube member, so I get.
It was not good this week. I'm just gonna tell you.
No, it wasn't. David, This team that you did was 9th level bad. I mean, Calvin Austin, bro. Calvin Austin.
You know who else had
Where's
Calvin
the
Austin?
Slappies on him.
You know who else who had Adam Levitan had Calvin Austin?
Yeah,
in his
but he
team.
did it to get Justin Jefferson in.
I did mine to get Saquon, and that did not work out. I mean, it's kind of how, and I think he dropped like a really easy pass. It wasn't Calvin Austin that was the issue. It was me trying to get fancy.
No, it was Calvin Austin.
No, it wasn't.
Anytime you have to ask yourself how bad can it be, the answer is it could be very bad.
The receivers last week weren't great. I mean, it was a bunch of mid-level receivers or low-price receivers. I mean, how are we to know that Justin Jefferson was finally going to go off?
You also didn't play Guerrero.
That's the issue, is because I tried to jam in 2 high-priced running backs over Guerrero. That was the big mistake.
Anyway, should we start the first look? 20 minutes and 41 seconds in?
Let's do it. I mean, I know for me personally, I'll be paying attention to 2 games primarily: Chiefs and Browns, and Titans and Bengals.
You think Chief Browns is going to be like fun for fantasy?
I hope it is, but no, I don't.
Spoiler, it will not be. Do you know that the Chiefs are averaging 4.9 yards per play on offense? That is Will Levis.
But if there's a week for them to get like better, wouldn't this week be it?
There is no week. There is no week for them to get better.
I think so. You're going to have a couple of bad turnovers.
Here's something that would be very funny in a year that I advance 11 teams would be for the Chiefs to go absolutely fucking nuclear in the playoffs. When I advanced no Mahomes teams, would just be like back to back weeks of 35 plus points. That would be very funny.
I'm telling you, it might happen. I hope it does.
Belichick to UNC is getting finalized. Breaking news.
Oh boy.
Breaking news.
I mean, what better place for old men to spend their later years in life than in North Carolina?
Is it a Twitter joke, or is that actually where his girlfriend goes to school?
No, that is.
I've seen people saying that on Twitter, but is it a joke or is it real?
No, David. You need community notes turned on, bud. The
thing is like she is just about that age for that to be plausible. So like I understand why you'd get got.
I saw a post. It's like, you're telling me this guy isn't good at recruiting, and it was just him and his girlfriend.
David, the people are. I here's the deal, man. I turned the premium stuff over to you. Do you need me to help you? Because people are saying they still can't gift MBs.
I dropped Davis's Venmo in the chat. Just direct.
No, absolutely not, man. Absolutely not.
Why would you take Venmos? You want to launder it through the YouTube rig? Come on.
Yes.
All right. Let's get started though, shall we? On quarterbacks that you would like to play this week.
Oh man.
I mean, Jameis, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, do you know who's 4th amongst quarterback fantasy points since he returned from his fencing reaction?
Jesus.
That should be the hint. Tua is the answer. He's 6,100. What if we finally do get a game? I don't know. I guess, are we to the point of the season where we're done asking the Texans to change their stripes and they're just not going to be that team?
That's what I'm telling you. Am I crazy? How are the Dolphins underdogs in this game? I'm literally logging in right now to make a bet on this money line, and it's clearly the fish play if I'm going to do it, but that just strikes me as insane.
Probably I will do. I think Baker looks really good against the Chargers. I don't think he'll be. I think you know what's actually going to end up being chalky is people are going to want to do so much Goff Bills. Like everyone's going to be like, oh my God, huge shootout, Allen in the dome, 55. Dude, like right now in BR's Pete, Josh Allen is the 101. Has to be. It's
the most triggering ADP, and not because he's overvalued, but just every time I see that goddamn name, I think of the 52 points he scored.
Yeah.
How about Bo Nix, 6,300 versus this Colts secondary at home coming off the bye?
I think I prefer the bad passer on the other side of that game.
Why? Come on. Give me Bo Nix straight
up.
No,
dude, the Richardson inside the 5 rushing number, like it's the most design runs he's ever gotten.
I know, but this is classic, like Richardson meltdown spot on the road at Denver, and Bo Nix just keeps cooking. The Denver defense is actually good.
You know what? And this is, I don't even know why we're even doing the rest of this. The answer here is so easy. It's just going to be the week that you had to have Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin against the Saints. Just like so straightforward. Unless
it's the week you had to have Brian Robinson.
They only give him like, it feels like he's hard capped at like 22.7 DraftKings points. Like it just feels like there's only so much work they ever give him, even with Eckler out.
Well, you can extend it Washington Commander running back / Jeremy Nichols / Chris Rodriguez. But yeah, it's a good spot.
He's saying that that's going to minimize the passing game.
Thank you. Dave's my translator.
Yeah, there you go. Lamar versus the Giants, just like
no, it's King Henry week.
Okay,
not that I'll play him, obviously, but like
I also love that we just got off of like it's a really good spot for the running game, not going to impact Jaden Daniels, but is going to totally destroy Lamar Jackson's fantasy value.
Yeah. Well, that's just been the thing with them forever, though. Is they are super sensitive to script. The Commanders just have a greater portion of their offense reliant on Jaden Daniels because the offensive line is not as good, the pass catchers are not as good, the running backs are not as good. Everyone's just a little bit worse on the Commanders, basically.
Did we get official Titans quarterback news?
Dave,
Mason Rudolph.
The call's coming from inside the house, but this is your news to know.
Someone said the big one says Mason Rudolph at Cincinnati shootout spot. And so I don't know if that was confirmed or not. Will Levis looked not great when he came back in. But I think Burrow on the other side is going to go nuclear.
You do?
Yeah.
He'll be a little under-owned this week, I think, actually. If it's just because that game is not in and of itself. There's nothing particularly appealing about it other than that the Bengals are in it.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be under-owned. They have the fourth highest team total this week.
Chase is very expensive. Chase is 8.4. I believe no other wide receiver on the slate is above 7.6. Yeah. St. Brown is 7.6.
Nico and HAB.
Oh yeah. I have the default Roto Grinders projections up, so they're maybe not super locked up yet.
Man, that site's really gone downhill.
No, stop, Peter. Don't.
What a fall from
no one does less with more.
Don't.
I loved when Kitchen said that on your podcast. He really made sure to enunciate it correctly.
Really, like before I said it, I had to make sure I was saying it the right way. We did more with less.
Dave, I read through like a year of our old DMs after we got off that show.
Yeah.
Some hilarious stuff in there, including multiple times where you did not pay me for months at a time. And I had to be like, Dave, rent's due.
Well, listen, you're about to understand, but times are tough in the offseason.
Kitchen responds back, sorry, man. Trello Premium's really pinching things these days.
So Dave was logging 60 hours for his work weeks. All right. Any other receivers that you guys like?
I thought we were doing quarterbacks right now.
Can we just say, though, too, like, I know everyone's fed up with him. He can't see over the offensive line, but there's not a better spot in the world than getting to get this Patriots secondary for Kyler at 6K.
You calling him Marvin Harrison Jr. week?
I think it might be.
I've called 4 Marvin Harrison Jr. weeks this year, one of them being against the Rams, and then all the rest of them, he was shitty. So maybe I should stop calling them.
But what am I missing there other than just people? I mean, the whole thing with the Cardinals this year has been Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's either they don't do anything or Kyler plays like he's Joe fucking Montana. This seems like a good spot to play.
I really thought last week he was going to try and be good, and he really did not. There was a great... I am the worst at this. I watched a whole breakdown of the Mike McDonald defense against him, and it was just like, I don't know what you're even supposed to do. I don't remember who to credit.
It's not a Trey McBride TD week. This would be the week that McBride gets a touchdown. It feels like they're going to like really, really try to get him a touchdown this week.
Make-A-Wish touchdown.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes though at 6,700. Just you got some options this week.
What are you hoping for there? Like 230 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and he runs one in or something?
I think you're hoping for 3 touchdowns.
I guess Noah Gray could score a couple touchdowns.
You're so jaded about the. I mean, I need the passing offense to do something. I need lots of.
Got bad news for you, brother.
I need lots of Mahomes to.
Hollywood back at practice today, right?
Yeah, still not cleared, but he's back. Hopkins.
He's gonna look great in that Justin Watson clear out role.
On the other side, though, I mean,
yeah,
Jameis.
Yes, yeah. The Chiefs' defense is since the corner Watson got injured, they're 24th in defensive EPA as a team. Not great.
And the thing, you just have to expect that they're going to be playing from behind, and that Winston's going to do a few dumb stuff, but he's just going to have ample opportunity in the second half for garbage time. That's the thesis of the play, I think. All right. You have to pick one between Allen, Jackson, or Hurts. Who you picking?
I like losing money, but saying that I played good Sklansky wise, so it's got to be Hurts.
Okay, Pete.
Allen.
I think that'll show the difference. I think that'll show the difference between our results. Pete picking the guys who scored the most.
Let's be honest. Both of us aren't going to play either of them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, true.
I'd say Allen as well. All right. Let's build a team on IKB.
IKB.
Also known as I Know Better, or some are saying it's I Know Ball. So
beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Yep. Whatever. And shout out to Andy. We got the Swolecast Week 15 championship up here again. It looks like they also got some Wednesday hoops, some Thursday showdown. As we mentioned last week, same salaries as DraftKings, but rake free. So no excuse not to get over here and play. Let's get the our lineup up here though, fellas. What are we gonna do?
Okay, Davis, I feel like you should go first.
Chase Brown.
Slappy week. Should we have an all Slappy theme?
Yes. It's Slappy week, dude. It's Slappy week. Only
all right, Kitchen.
He might not understand what a Slappy is. Dave might not get it.
No, I get it.
Do you? Well, yeah. We'll see. We'll tell you if your pick is a Slappy pick or not.
Tony Pollard.
There. Okay. All right. You get it.
Yeah, I would say that's like Slappy adjacent.
It's Slappy adjacent. It's Slappy adjacent.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tony Pollard in like 2022 is like peak Slappy. Like he was a Slappy's favorite player.
Yeah.
Let's see if Pete's locked in. Let's see if you can be as locked in as you are on the Overzet's overview, because there's a pick that is the number one Slappy play this week.
I know. I'm trying to like my like real thing I want to do is like Kyler to Marv, but I don't think it's like quite Slappy enough. Let me.
I don't know why, but that's very funny to me.
Right wing Slappy.
Pollard is right wing Slappy.
Right wing Slappy is just like really sending me.
Dude, I'm gonna give you a Slappy pick that you're gonna hate. And I like this is just peak
Do
Slappy,
it.
dude. I'm putting Tank Dell in. That's so fucking
that's incredibly Slappy. That's incredibly Slappy. But this is the correct answer. Of course, it's Rico Dowdle.
Yeah. I almost said Dowdle because I thought he was the right answer.
Yes. Yeah. Dowdle is the Kitchen's new YouTube username.
All right. So who we have for Tank Dell?
I need to save some money at wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, we got. Should we throw a defense in?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do. Well, let's take the Dolphins, right?
Opposite our Tank Dell play.
Kenneth Walker is an enlightened centrist.
Yeah, it is a
Luke-
bummer that Seattle, dude. If Seattle was on, like we could just jam Charbs and JSN,
yeah.
and that would be very slappy.
Andy, do we have a code? I think no. I think the answer is no right now.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We will.
We will in good time.
Go ahead, Dave.
What?
Or Peter?
Whose turn is it? Is it Dave?
I took Rico out of turn, so it's Dave.
Okay.
Okay, so we need a cheap receiver. Boy.
Yeah, you could take whoever you want, but yeah, we do need a cheap receiver.
Looking at this list, it is gross.
I'm telling you, if we want to do the slappy thing, we got to put Drake May in this lineup.
Correct. Yeah.
Dude, that is that.
What about-
now we're cooking with slappy gas.
Now we're slapping.
What about Jalen McMillan?
That is a
like
perfect
literally
slappy play.
top slap. Yeah.
Dude.
You
we
get
are-
it. Yeah,
He's
you get
3,700.
You do get it. Yeah.
No,
yes.
this is
We are-
the theme of this lineup is intact.
Now tight end is harder because Bowers is not on the slate, so it's harder. Oh, Trey McBride. Trey McBride is the
Trey
slap
McBride,
tight
yeah.
end.
Can we afford him?
What are we at? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
6.8.
Oh yeah,
And
we're good.
We need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, has there ever been a bigger slappy wide receiver than T. Higgins? T. Higgins is on the fucking poster when you get in the meeting.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good ones like Wilson. Neighbors.
I would say
Yeah.
Wilson, Higgins, Neighbors are the slap plays there. Yeah.
Kitchen, who do you want to round this out?
How are we feeling about Neighbors?
Well, Tommy DeVito's his quarterback, so not great.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we should go Higgins or Wilson.
You know what? Let's go Higgins because there's also a little bit of a narrative there.
What's his narrative?
Squeaky wheelish, right?
It's squeaky wheelish, but also he's a Tennessee boy.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Lineup was created. Come compete. You guys have a massive advantage. You know the ownership, the exact plays that you can come leverage, make pivots off of us because we made this lineup on screen.
Wow.
Sure
Sincere
enough.
McCormick remaining RB1. I know he's not on this slate, but you heard it here first.
No, we want full slap means our best ball teams are up good.
What do you mean? What? But all the best ball teams with these players aren't advancing to the playoffs.
Yeah, they're
so when
already
they have
not
a good
advanced.
game,
No,
we need
Pollard
to get advanced. Relax.
Is
Right wing slappy.
I've got
Right wing
40% Pollard on DK for my advancing teams. So need
All right, let's talk running back. I'll just leave this up for the screen share for the Viz.
Okay. All right, let's talk running back. You've got boy.
Or not.
Oh, you wanted me to leave that up?
I literally just said we could leave the screen share up for the Viz, and you
Okay.
X'd
All
it
right.
out.
All right.
Okay.
I promise you, if I see right wing slappy in my next mitten room, I will laugh so hard.
Davis Mattek, opt out. Daily Rojo, right wing
Oh my
slappy,
God.
sacrilegious
This guy-
09.
This guy opt out is fucking. Oh my God, he is He's autoing in the BRs. He's autoing in the mitten. He's autoing in the gauntlet. He is. I can't get away from this guy. He's more ubiquitous than Patrick Barnes' YouTube.
Dude, that was fun meeting Patrick Bard. You see he got second too?
Well, he stole all those EV from my room, so shout out to him.
All right, you've got Barkley 8,600, Henry 8,300, Achan 7,900.
You know what's so funny is everyone was just like crabs trying to get out of the pot, running over themselves to play Barkley last week, to the point that he was 35% owned in like the SPY and stuff. He's going to be back to his very normal ownership rates this week. Like,
he wasn't
more like
terrible last week. I mean, he had 124 yards rushing and just
he was $9,000
no
though.
passing.
That is
Yeah,
terrible.
he needed like 28 plus points to pay off that.
He
tag,
needed
and
2
he had, what,
touchdowns to
17?
go with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he would have been okay.
No, people will pivot. Like if they find the change in the couch cushions, they're playing Derrick Henry versus the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 100% the case. I'm only playing slaps this week though. I'm playing the hits. Chase Brown, A-Chain, Dowdle, Gibbs, Bucky Irving. Maybe I think there is a little bit, by the way. No one is gonna play Braylon Allen, and in fact, people might even play Isaiah Davis. Their usage was effectively, it was Gibbs Montgomery style, where there isn't a role. They were interchangeable. Braylon Allen ran 2 fewer routes but played 4 more snaps. Like it was just this guy happened to be in, that guy happened to be in, you know. It wasn't like, oh, Isaiah Davis is just the passing down guy, Braylon Allen's just the early down guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people, because of the Isaiah Davis usage, people will be terrified to play Braylon Allen.
Like he will be 2% owned.
Yeah.
This is I think we could argue that we might actually get the largest slap discrepancy, if you will, between Hubbard and Dowdle. What's a Slappy to do?
The slap is going to play. No. The slap
Bucky
will play Dowdle. The sharps and the projections will tell you to play Hubbard. I think more people will play Hubbard, honestly.
I'll tell you right now. I am hammering battle royales before ETR publishes because they're going to ruin Hubbard and Dowdle. They're
Davis, only do that in the 12-man. There's no meaningful CLV you're going to get in the 6-mans on that shit. You're not gaining anything by drafting 6-mans.
You think I have enough money to max enter a $15 contest, dude?
But I'm just telling you, there's whatever. All right. Anyways. Honestly, this string here, Brian Robinson, Rico, Chuba. I think you could even, Pacheco's coming off. What did he have?
I was about to say, what about
last
Pacheco
week?
at 6K?
Yeah.
Like, there's just a lot of those guys in that.
He's in like
area.
a 3-way timeshare.
See,
you also have Tyrone Tracy at 5,700, who's going to get. He got 10 targets last week.
I'd rather play Braylon than him.
All right, Davis. Let's think about this with Pacheco though. The 3-way timeshare stuff. This is literally going to be his 3rd game back. First game plays 33% of the snaps. Next week back plays 50% of the snaps. Like why do we not think this is trending toward him getting back his full role?
Because that's just not how Andy does things.
That's how they were doing it before he got hurt.
Andy is not gonna put Kareem Hunt to 0 snaps. He just won't.
He's gone 54, 40, 31. It's sure trending in that way.
He's gonna get 5 carries, which is like nothing in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't make Hunt playable, but and P. Ryan plays all the 2-minute drill, all of it has for months.
But even like if last week was his floor, that's 14 rush attempts, 4 targets. I just think like he's very much in the conversation with these other guys at 6K. If you project even a little bit more work here as he gets back to speed.
I don't know. It's just like, and then the second you think they do it, you know, you have to watch a shovel pass go to Jody Fortson, who like
you're just so jaded. You are jaded.
You are jaded. Looking at some of these other cheap guys, what about Antonio Gibson coming off a bye week? Is that too gross?
Yes.
Too thin.
Too gross.
Okay.
Dude, actually, now that I'm looking at it, Braylon Allen might be my flag plant this week. Because
hasn't he been your flag plant all year?
Well, yes. But in a way that it could financially benefit me. Like every once in a while, I flag plan a play that actually is good. I guess the bet I'm making here is that there's enough backfield work to get, 14 expected points to like each running back. Like there's 30 expected points in this backfield total, and he just runs hot on the touchdowns, basically. Because Isaiah Davis scored the touchdown last week, but it could very easily be Braylon this week.
I think the most encouraging thing for Braylon is that he was involved in the passing game. Like I thought it would be, I thought they would maybe just use him as the thumper and then Davis as the pass catching, but like 5 targets is legit.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to move on to receiver now?
Yeah.
Unless you guys have any other. I mean, did you talk about Gibbs or Montgomery against Buffalo? Or if Jake Haener is a quarterback for New Orleans?
We actually should, Peter, let's talk a little bit about Alvin Kamara. I'm worried on 2 fronts. One, the Kendre Miller gets the Taysom stuff front, so the volume boost that we were expecting is not happening. And then 2, Kamara's a 28-year-old running back playing with Jake Haener, and like the efficiency that we've come to expect from Kamara is just done. Like he is just going to continue this Ezekiel Elliott-esque production for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it just does not feel like you're getting any big plays from Kamara anymore.
Yeah, none. Like when's the last like classic Kamara hand on the ass of his linemen, like kind of like ducking and weaving through the trap? I don't even remember the last time he did that.
I know. Every Sunday I roll into it and I was just like, God, can I see Alvin Kamara's hand on his lineman's ass? Just make me feel something again.
I know you know what I'm talking about. You like everyone can see that in their mind's eye. They know that play. I don't know why you're acting like I made that up.
I'm not acting. It was how you worded it. I just enjoyed the turn of phrase.
This motherfucker's autoing the 12-mans too. Opt out.
Yeah,
bro,
because he
please.
just won it. When you have an extra $20,000 in your account, you can auto a contest.
But why does that tilt you, Davis?
It ruins the game. It ruins playoff best ball if someone's autoing.
Okay, yeah, Davis, I completely agree. Playoff best ball. He's talking about goal line stands. You can auto goal line stands. It's fine.
All right, whatever.
I love how Davis tilts, and Pete lets him know what is like viable tilt and what is just like non-justified tilt. Like we can't tilt that.
Men only want one thing, and it's Alvin Kamara's hand.
All I want is to play Alvin Kamara and have one play where his hand is on his lineman's ass as he ducks and weaves through fucking linebackers, man. That's all I want.
Okay. Receivers.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Well, if it's Slappy week,
yeah,
Tyreek Hill probably.
Gosh,
I guess every wide receiver is a Slappy.
Could it be Tyreek Hill week though? I mean, is Tyreek Hill back? I guess would be the question.
No, they're using him in such an annoying way.
Achane got hurt for a little bit last week.
He only missed like 2 snaps.
Yeah, but you just wonder. You know what you guys are not, what I thought you guys would remember from last week that would have been pretty epic is the whole doctor bit from last week when I questioned if Josh Allen would run.
God.
Yeah. And then you actually really tweeted at Dr. Morse.
He scored 6 fucking touchdowns.
What did Dr. Morse say? Did he ever reply to you?
I don't think he did reply to me.
Okay. Other receivers that you guys like this week. CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek at 73 and 7,400.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is 5,500 DraftKings.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a Marv week.
He's less expensive than Brian Thomas Jr. Thielen, I'll tell you. You want to know someone I believe in? I believe in Adam Thielen.
Well, I mean,
now, you want to talk about right wing Slappy. Adam Thielen,
10 targets and 11 targets. I brought him last week.
Dude, it's so funny too, because we clowned on the Thielen stuff so hard last year. Like, congrats on your good regular season advance rate, and then he just did jack shit. And now he's all well rested for the fantasy playoffs.
That's the thing. He spent I said this on the DFS show last week. I played some Thielen last week because guy's been eating chicken and rice on the exercise bike, hanging out while everyone else has been getting tackled.
Honestly, NFL teams should start to think about load management in the way NBA teams do. Teams do. Think about the twilight of Larry Fitzgerald's career, where he'd start out those first 5 weeks and look incredible, and then just completely fall off. It's just like, dude, just put this guy on the bike on the sideline for the first 12 weeks, and then ramp him up at the end.
So Tyler mentioned BTJ. He was scoreless through the first half, and then somehow in the second quarter they went to him he had 4 catches in a row on the same drive and just started dominating. It's like, why didn't they do that from the very get-go? But he's only 5,800. Ridley 5,900. Zay Flowers 6K. Just feels like there's all these
this range
receivers.
right here that Pete is displaying on the screen. You pick the right guy here. Congrats, you win $1 million or $40,000 depending on whichever contest you are.
30,000 because there's not 40K up top in BR this week. But
he's got Keon Coleman coming back 4,800.
Josh Downs coming back 5,100.
You know what, man? I might lose my left wing Slappy card. I really think it's Thielen. I think this is 11 receptions, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns for Thielen.
You mushing a good Thielen game is actually what the actual Slappies need. So please play him.
And I do. I can't help myself, but I think this is right.
Then 20 seconds later, you relapsed. He's
5,100, dude.
Worthy for 5,100.
It might be Thielen, and then someone's like, worthy though. Yeah, fuck it, we're back.
All right.
What if you played both? I bet the combinatorial ownership of Adam Thielen and Xavier Worthy is 0, because no one who would ever play Worthy would play Thielen.
Look at those two right next to each other. Peas in a pod.
Okay.
The earth is healing.
I'm going to say something here, and I want you guys to say, Kitchen, you're crazy. Or, Kitchen, you're crazy, but that might just work. AJ Brown is 8K. We know his past, but if that wheel gets any more squeakier, it's gonna go off the skateboard. So for people that
Pete's too young to get that.
Yeah, he doesn't know the skateboard lost a wheel.
I thought you were pandering to Davis.
Yeah, it was. Davis had a tweet back in the day, skateboard lost a wheel.
Not even a tweet. This was in our group Slack. It was the Pirates and Cores weekend. We were all just getting our shit pummeled in MLB DFS, and my skateboard lost a wheel. Literally, I'm at the skate park and my bolt came off. Or the nut came off.
It's we're all tilting, and then Davis just comes in with skateboard lost a wheel, and it became a thing.
My best portfolio lost a wheel.
Could this get any worse? But seriously, 8K against Pittsburgh. He has such a huge target share. It's just they're not throwing the ball.
Yeah. I wrote about it in the Fantasy Life newsletter today. For literally the lowest pass rate over expectation in the league, the Eagles, the past 4 weeks. It's not an AJ Brown problem. It's a Eagles offense problem.
You almost need Russ to cook so that AJ can get passing volume.
Are you gonna play Calvin Austin again in Cash Kitchen?
I don't know what.
How much is he?
3,600.
You got Bart
price. Mike Williams though started catching passes though last week.
Yeah,
I mean
that was a sick catch he had.
Yeah, if Pickens is out, you go on Van. Remember last week I actually said Van Jefferson over Calvin Austin. But that's because I thought Calvin. I still don't know how Calvin Austin was back last week after having a concussion the previous week. I don't get that. But
Cedric
in a late
Tillman might be back this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also dealing with concussion stuff. So, Judy.
Davis, anything sub 5K?
I'm looking, and I got like Elijah Moore's 5,000, Palmer, Leggett, Parker Washington, I guess. Probably not. Sterling Shepard. It's Sterling Shepard and McMillan. Yeah. Mike Williams only ran like 18 routes, even with Pickens out.
McMillan's probably going to be Giga Chalk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Post buy bump for the rookie.
7 targets. Sterling Shepard had 6 though. Yeah, Shepard actually had a higher targets per route run. That's going to be the sharper pivot. You play Shepard.
He plays the Godwin spot. McMillan is in the same role he always was in. Shepard won. I know that because I follow Nate Yankee on Blue Sky.
Well, the old world Jalen McMillan. Is he exclusive on Blue Sky?
No, dude, he does the snaps and stuff on Blue Sky now.
That's what I mean. Is he exclusive on that?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, if Blue Sky could like legit hire him as an influencer of like, how do I get all of fantasy Twitter over here? It's like he exclusively
he'd be a good value.
Dude, so this is crazy. Yankee tweeted this about 6 weeks ago, and it's so damning and so crazy that I have never forgotten
that he wasn't full-time content at PFF.
No, that he doesn't have access to like game tracking PFF tools like chips in the jerseys for the snap.
Oh yeah, he just eyeballs it.
He just eyeballs it because he knows the type of cleats and shit that the guys wear. He's like, oh, I know their tattoos, I know their cleats, I know their numbers.
He's a man that has seen Alvin Kamara's hand on his lineman's ass. That's for sure.
What size TV do you think he has?
I bet he has 3 giant ones. That would be a great bit. Pete, this would
it's probably the Michael Scott one from the dinner party.
Pete, all the way back to old Fantasyland. Fantasyland, you and Karain do like a deep dive on Yankee.
Well, that's because he had a tweet, or I don't know, someone said for a while he just now is doing fantasy content full time. He was doing like behind the scenes, admin or type stuff for them.
I had a call with them when I got let go, and that was one of the things that they were talking about was like, yeah, Yankee has a lot on his plate.
What if they hired Davis to be their ex snap count guy now that Yankee's that Blue Sky?
Trust me, you don't want that. No one wants that.
There'd be some fact checking going on.
Davis getting so distracted.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. Someone's wrong about Xavier Worthy's yards per route run.
There'd be community notes all over those things. So, someone mentioned Devon Bailey before we move on to tight end. 4,200 as a gross receiver play.
Devon Bailey didn't get there in the greatest Monday Night Football game of all time, so I'm feeling a little burned by him.
Okay.
Pete, do you do the PTPs?
Occasionally.
What
I think I'm a punter in those though. Those are just for the love of the game.
Primetime Palooza. Dave, you would actually love them. That is a game that is very formulated to your specific attention span.
Like high IQ players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I need Kitchen to do the IQ test and they give us the blow by blow recap.
Pete, I had a very funny off air conversation with David where he was like, yeah, I listened to Pete talk about BRs for about 5 minutes on Lulz, and I was like, wow, you guys really think that hard about every draft? Couldn't be me.
Yeah. When you guys are talking about different theory names, I'm like, all right, I'm out. And like, you've got Brick looking up, like doing chat GPT of different theory names so he can explain it. And I'm like, this is
No, that was just being way too fancy because I was able to Google that, but Brick in his head only uses chat GPT now. That was like when you were having the conversation of who uses chat GPT, I was like screaming. I'm like, Brick uses it for everything.
Brick uses it for everything.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't even use chat. I've got to do my like a research project for my daughter. And she's like, Dad, it's okay if you use chat GPT. I'm like, well, that's not what it's called, but they said that, and she was like, yeah.
I thought that was a thing in like academia and stuff right now that they're like kids are getting in trouble for using chat.
She had an older.
His kid is 8, dude.
No.
It's not academia.
But she does have an older teacher, and they asked him. He was like, "Yeah, I don't care." Like, I'm not sure he knows exactly what chat because he said just Google it. So he's probably thinking it's
what's the project?
Statue of Liberty. Research Statue of Liberty. Got it on my desk.
And then Kitchen like rolls up his sleeves and like, honey, watch this. Dear Mr. ChatGPT, write me 500 words.
Tell me
Ellis Island.
And explain it to me. I used ChatGPT last week because one of the guys in our group chat did not understand that you didn't have to win your division to win. Like, you didn't have to have the best record in your division to win the division. He could not wrap his mind around that. And so, like, he kept on going back to the same point. And so finally I typed it into ChatGPT and I said, explain it like I'm 5. And it did. It like had a whole scenario and he finally got it. But thanks to ChatGPT. All right, tight ends. Mm-hmm. You got Jonnu Smith as the 3rd highest priced tight end. That just seems crazy.
You sure do.
Yeah, despite being underdogs, the fucking Texans.
Maybe that's why.
He had 0 targets, 0 receptions, 0 touchdowns
until overtime.
Until overtime. I mean, Travis Kelce is $5,700.
You're real.
Like that's like Dalton Schultz territory, dude.
No, Dalton Schultz has never been 5,700.
Someone fact check that. There had to have been a $5,700.
There's no way. There's no way Dalton Schultz has ever crested 5K in salary.
Someone. No, all right, I'm going in. I'm gonna find this out.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Has Nico Collins ever been over 5K on draft?
He went on. On a little run. I don't know. You're probably right. He's probably never. He probably was maxed that at 4,800.
All right.
It's not going to be that epic.
How is Dalton Kincaid 4,900 though? Right? Like this guy needs to be 3,400.
Dude, you don't like his 62 points on the year?
You're just gaslit having come right off a podcast with Liam right now.
Wait, you think he's too cheap?
No, I just said 3,400.
He thinks.
He's Laporta in that shootout game. I do like.
Yeah. Laporta's 4,400.
Andrews is still too
Mark
cheap
Andrews
for how he's been playing.
4,100. Calcaterra, if you want to go back to that, if you think that they might throw 3,500.
It's so annoying, man. Calcaterra should have been a league winner, but they just
did Juwan Johnson get hurt? No, he didn't get hurt last week, right?
No, he's a
he's
really good play.
He's 3,400.
Yeah.
I will say, if you like the passing game for the Commanders, no Noah Brown, I think you can find your way to Zach Ertz.
He's back. Ertz Gerald. Can't beat it.
Imagine. All right. Any other tight ends you guys like?
I'm sure there's someone. Jake Ferguson is 3,800. He's probably really strong.
Is he playing? Oh,
Pat
Freiermuth would be the guy.
It was like a 3-way committee with Schoon and
yeah.
No,
I guess
people are saying Schoon is back.
I'd say Muth, Ertz, Andrews.
Yeah, Muth with no Pickens, I think is good.
Yeah, only got 3 targets last week.
Well, that offense was just struggling.
And then I guess we should mention Hunter Henry, who just gets all the targets.
DFS Temp has my back. Is Stone smart? Maybe. Honestly,
He made some good plays.
Cool name theorem, Stone Smart, 2 T's. Pretty cool name.
2,600, 3 targets.
I mean, let me check their R lads and see if there's like some receiving tight end that I forgot about. But
he could not
Tucker Fisk?
look.
he's like a stone blocker, Tucker Fisk.
Look at Stone Smart's headshot. You cannot tell me this guy is a tight end.
I'm creating a mental picture for what this guy is. Yeah, that's not what I thought he looked like.
No.
Did you think he was white, Davis?
Yes, I thought he'd be a Colby Parkinson lookalike, like a scraggly.
Hang on, I just shared my screen. Pull it up so the people can see Stone Smart.
That does not look like an elite tight end. I mean, or the guy that has the name Stone.
He looks like a really good high school basketball player.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Basketball player. Yes, Stone Smart and Tucker Fisk in your NCAA 25 dynasty that's in year 2032 at Eastern Michigan University. Those are your tight ends.
But look, like pull up the full body shot of him. That's different. It feels like that's like he looks like a tight end there.
That guy, that right there looks like the assistant coach of a college basketball program.
Like a D3 basketball program.
All right, I think I'm all in. On Stone Smart. That's what I thought he looked like, Pete. Up one. No, up one. That's what I thought. That was my mental image of Stone.
This has to. I think this is Tucker Fisk.
That's got to be Tucker Fisk.
Yeah. Why are they?
It is Tucker Fisk.
Man, did
you just know the Chargers have like 6 guys that look like that?
Yeah, it's like he's like Hayden Hurst heavy. Like,
do you know about Matlock? Dave,
who?
You would love this guy. Google Matlock Chargers, Pete. This is their fullback.
I don't know about the show, Matlock.
This guy weighs 300 pounds. He's a fullback. This is like Harbaugh's. I mean, this is like Harbaugh's favorite guy on the team.
Wow,
he's a thick gingy right there.
Tucker Fisk looks like the singer for a Rage Against the Machine cover band.
Just as a reminder,
trust me.
This looks like Action Bronson.
I've played more Stone Smart lineups than I've played anyone. Like probably literally $25,000 of my life wagered on Stone Smart, but I did not know what he looked like. Scott Matlock is a right wing slappy. Scott Matlock is right wing slappy.
I feel sorry for the audio listeners right now because they're just like, what?
Why? Because this wasn't posted until 4 days after it aired?
No. I post ASAP. As soon as Davis gives me the audio file, I post. So
David, what did you think of the thumbnail I did for your TakeCast appearance?
I didn't see it. Did you even tag me on X?
I haven't posted it yet. I don't want people to get content.
Then how am I going to see the thumbnail?
I think you might appreciate it.
Okay, we'll pull it up.
I'm trying to.
People are saying they love my my headshot, and I think I sent that same headshot to you.
Pete's pulling it up.
That's not the thumbnail I sent you.
It's not the thumbnail you sent me.
I'm proud of you. That was good.
I love we don't mention David Kitchen in his interview until the very end too. The history of DFS, fantasy insiders, roto grinders, even basketball monster gets mentioned before Kitchen in his own interview.
I figured that'd be better for SEO, but maybe not. I don't know. The TakeCast titles are tricky because vidIQ is no help at all.
Want to give a shout out to on the DFS grind. Said Swolecast is back. Awesome to have this back in audio format. One of the most fun shows of the week. 5 stars. Also, if you didn't see on X, the Swolecast account tweeted out the Spotify Wrapped. And people that love Davis also love Joe Rogan is kind of what is what we figured out.
That makes more sense than you'd think because that just means you like hearing idiots talk.
No, it makes complete sense.
That's all it meant. That's all it means is that you like hearing people who have an inflated sense of self-importance go on and on and on and on and on.
What
right.
can we learn from Joe Rogan? 3.5 hour Swolecast.
All right,
Don't leave your hometown ever. Don't leave. Just sit in your basement and have people come to you. It's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah. I mean, if we can ever figure out YouTube membership gifting, maybe we can build a recording compound in Austin.
I don't know. Like, I just looked. It shows gifts are turned on. So I don't know how you could not. And then I even collected and said, turn off gifts. If you continue, your fans will no longer see gifts as a purchase option. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that one, but we do appreciate everyone for tuning in. Thanks to Tyler and Bobby Ray Bands for also the super chat. And we love you guys. Davis, do you have anything to add? Anything to promote?
Yeah, please go watch my free-flowing adult conversation with Socrdave on the Takecast YouTube channel, and subscribe to the Takecast YouTube channel after this episode.
Okay. Pete?
My parents are coming into town tomorrow.
Ooh.
Otherwise, usual content on tap here.
So you're gonna have your parents on a show?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have my dad do my BR Gems video for me this week.
Pete's
ultimate heat check.
Pete's dad. By the way, dude, negative mojo for not having Jennings, for having Debo over Jennings.
I really wanted to shove you in a locker with that Debo play, but then he shoved me in a locker.
I was never gonna win anyway, because I think I literally did one Josh Allen team, but other than that, I was pretty directionally accurate.
Okay, I think that will do it. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here on the Swolecast, sponsored by KB.
Can you name Mattek from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand content.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.